I'm going over 6 players that can help you win your fantasy league, and we're going to go over that right now. So the first player we're going to touch base on is a running back. Everyone drafted him kind of high. He has not been living up to expectations due to injury, but now he's starting to bounce back. And we're talking about DeAndre Swift, running back for the Detroit Lions. A lot of people are talking him up right now because he was productive last week against the Jaguars. In Week 13, he saw 6 targets, ran 22 routes, had 18 total touches, which equated to 111 scrimmage yards, which allowed him to produce 21.1 PPR fantasy points, making him the RB4 for Week 13. He is actually one of the top guys people are talking about in fantasy circles right now as a league winner. The rest of the season's kind of juicy, kind of interesting for him. We got the Vikings, Jets, and Panthers, Bears to finish off the fantasy season. 5-7 record, and the Lions are fighting for a playoff spot. DeAndre Swift is a receiving back with a lot of upside. He's got a lot of juice in his step. Also going to take on goal line work. He's also a guy that can run it between tackles a little bit. But the fact that he's used so much in the passing game elevates his floor for fantasy football. Then his overall speed, burst, his electricity really gives him that upside that you want. The fact that he's coming on now late in the season is a good thing. A wide receiver who's really been blowing up in the last few weeks and looks like it's not going to stop. Obviously, there could be some volatility because nobody completely trends upward the whole year. Is Christian Watson, wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers loves him. That's it. That's all we need to say. But on the real here, 26 targets in his last 4 games, 313 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Not only that, 466 air yards and a 23.6% target share. So he's owning a large portion of the targets. He's getting targeted deep downfield, and we're getting the red zone looks. This is money. This is money. It's hard to go away from this. A wide receiver who's trending up that you may want to look into, who might be available but should be rostered in most leagues, is Nico Collins from the Houston Texans. Last 4 games, a 25% target share, 333 air yards. He's running 32 routes per game, 12.2 PPR fantasy points per game. He's looking to have a strong finish. So we're looking at a wide receiver here who's getting a large portion of the targets, who's getting a lot of air yards, and who's consistently on the field running routes. One thing you want to notice that he's currently limited in practice. So going forward, you're going to want to monitor him to make sure that he's going to be on the field. But recently, he's been productive. He's been getting volume. He's been getting workload, and that's what you want out of your players. Another player is getting so much workload that he's being ran to death right now, which is great for fantasy, is Madre Stevenson of the New England Patriots. This is no secret. Obviously, he's rostered in leagues, but if you have him, good on you, because this guy's seen 24 targets in his last 3 games, 8 targets per game. That is remarkable for a running back. Getting 8 targets every game, that is huge in the passing game. 25% target share. Not many running backs can hit those numbers. He is pretty much like a big old satellite back out there. He's also seeing a 76.7 opportunity share. Just volume for days at this point. It doesn't matter the matchup. If you're getting this much volume, you're expected to hit every single week. There's going to be very few games where you don't hit when you're getting a 76% opportunity share and 8 targets out of the backfield per game. Another wide receiver here. He's trending up. Everybody loves this guy, and it's Gabe Davis. Last 4 games has been looking good. 20.3% target share, 394 air yards. He always gets targeted downfield, so that's not really a trend. That's just the way of life for Gabe Davis. 92.3 route participation rate, 12.6 points per game. The big figure we want to look at here is the 20% target share, because usually he's hovering around 17, 18%. Now that he's up a little bit and we're in the 20s here, makes him a more stable asset going forward. But what we really like about him is those big games where he gets those deep balls, they convert on it, and makes those splash plays to really help you out. He's very volatile. We all know that. But guys who live on those air yards, all they need to do is catch 1 or 2 of those balls that are going to them, and they could be a splash play. Another wide receiver here who is turning into a splash play is Michael Gallup of the Dallas Cowboys. 26 targets in his last 4 games, 19.7% target share, 350 15 air yards during that time. Odell Beckham's not coming to Dallas. He's not healthy enough to go. Not worth their time. Michael Gallup, though, is getting volume. He's getting deep targets. He's getting red zone looks. Looks like he's going to be a big piece to the puzzle here in Dallas for the last part of the season. Looking healthy now after that knee injury and coming back from that. Michael Gallup looks like he's good to go. But those are 6 potential league winners that you can look at right now in your fantasy leagues. Trade deadline's passed in most leagues, but if you're in Dynasty or a league that just has it open, maybe you can go after that. But more than likely, if you have these guys on your roster, you're good to go, and you're happy with what you're getting from these players. Let me know in the comments who's your league winner, who you got on your team that you're hoping that's going to take you over the hump, get you to the playoffs, and even more. But on the way out, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm going to help you out with the waiver wire, stashes, starts, sits, sneaky starts, must starts, dynasty, rookie drafts, and everything else. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.